Diplomacy is all about balancing one interest over the other. An additional factor called timing also plays a key role in it. If the move is small but timed well, it can help bring down empires. This is exactly what is happening with the United States of America right now. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host, Tejasvi Malhotra, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story, I'm here to tell you about America's latest initiative to please India. Let's begin. From the last few years, America and its allies have been trying to prevent India from having a significant bond with Russia and China. Now that wish has reached to a level of desperation. They are now looking to take a red pill of acceding to India's short-term demands in order to keep it away from Russia in the long term. In other words, America is kneeling before India. United States House of Representatives has agreed to provide CAATSA waiver to India. The waiver is explicitly applicable to India's S-400 deal with Russia. Apparently, India's initiative to purchase the sophisticated surface-to-air missile defense system was under the risk of CAATSA sanctions. However, Rohit Khanna, Indian-American congressman, brought the current amendment to provide India with exclusive privilege. Khanna seems to realize that buying S-400 from Russia is in India's immediate interest. The amendment was passed with a voice majority. Apparently, Rohit emphasized that both the Republicans and the Democrats came forward for protecting India from sanctions. He said, and we quote, "The United States must stand with India in the face of escalating aggression from China. As Vice Chair of India Caucus, I have been working to strengthen the partnership between our countries and ensure that India can defend itself along the Indian-Chinese border. This amendment is of the utmost importance and I am proud to see it pass the House on a bipartisan basis." According to CAATSA Act, which was introduced in 2017, the United States can impose sanctions on any country involved in arms trade with its rivals, especially Russia. The American military-industry complex was so much in favor of the act that the bill was passed by the Senate with a House majority of 419-3. Such a majority is astounding, especially considering the fact that it was passed during Donald Trump's era. Even when the act was passed, experts were apprehensive of its impact on India, simply because the United States had to take India on board. Without India, it can never have its clout in Asia, especially after its rivalry with China started to get ultra-nationalistic. However, one of the problems with having India as ally is understanding its ties with Russia and respecting it. The India and Russia ties are decades old. Add to that, a major credit for the bonhomie between Russia and India is their defense ties. At a time, 80% of Indian arms were imported from Russia. These include fighter aircraft, submarines, aircraft carriers, tanks, and missiles, among others. Even after India's booming defense manufacturing units, we are importing above 50% of arms from Russia. This is sure to witness a decline in next few years, but India-Russia bond will not. The United States knows it. That is why it got jittery over India's deal with Russia. Time and again, America tried various means to coerce India for not buying S-400, but India stood firm under PM Modi. India simply refused to listen to it. CAATSA sanctions on Turkey had no bearing on India. Additionally, India also started to charter a territory of its own on diplomatic stages. India no longer takes official US lines on various issues on multilateral forums. WTO became the first stage for India's show of strength. India pushed WTO for years. And finally, a favorable deal was struck at the 12th Ministerial Conference. Similarly, at the United Nations, India continued to give a deaf ear to the US, especially on the Ukraine-Russia crisis. Watching India mark a territory of its own, the United States joined the race of other countries siding with India. In spite of so much bitterness, it promised India to support its anti-China stance. And then, out of nowhere, it decided to participate in India's Atmanirbhar campaign by offering to assist India in the development of jet engine technology. General Electric is ready to do it, but apparently it is far behind in the race. If the United States had imposed CAATSA sanctions on India, then it would have been extremely tough for General Electric to go ahead with the proposal. It seems as if Rohit Khanna thought more about General Electric than India.